Welcome to round 7 of the Slingshot Racing Cup. We're here at Gimli Motorsport Park in Gimli, Manitoba, Canada, under beautiful, blue, clear, sunny skies. It's a perfect day for racing. Each race gets started with a standing start, and as you're going to see here in a second, it gets underway with a green flag to start the formation lap. Everyone will then head around the circuit, coming back into the starting grid, at which point in time the race will commence. Riding on board the warm-up lap here with Kim Friesen in the 125 Friesen Driller Racing Slingshot. Let's take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Starting on pole position, it's number 1, the professional driver and instructor, David Rickert. In second position, number 88, Kurt Entz. Kurt has been one of the top qualifiers that we've had throughout the year, always successful. Number 86, Miles Kraut in third place, 2 race wins under his belt already, looking for more. In fourth, number 35, Adam Crooks. Starting in fifth place, number 9, Paul Thiessen. Paul is fairly new to racing, but is improving every single event, doing exceptionally well, as is, in 6th place, number 15, Darren Miller, who's improving immensely throughout the year. Who we're riding on board with, number 125 in 7th place, Kim Friesen will be next, and rounding out the field in 8th place, number 12, Randy Wolgamuth. Just completing our formation lap as we head out towards the start-finish straight once again. Each race gets started by the race starter with a red flag. As soon as all the vehicles are lined up on the starting grid, the race starter will raise the red flag up in the air, signaling that in 3 to 5 seconds the race will start. As soon as that flag drops, the race is underway and off we go towards turn 1. Just rounding the last turn now, heading to the start-finish straight, we're riding on board with 4 different vehicles throughout the race. The first you saw there was David Rickert. In second, we've got Kurt Entz. Also carrying a GoPro is Miles Kraut in third. And carrying our 4th and last GoPro for this event is Adam Crooks. Just waiting for the last 4 vehicles to come onto the grid right now. All eyes are poised and focused on the race starter and for that red flag to go up into the air. There it is, the red flag is up. And it's down and we're underway racing. The first 4 vehicles have got an excellent start, fairly even between every one of them. Crooks unable to gain much on Kraut, but here comes Entz now trying to get on the pole position sitter. Rickert down into turn 1 they go. He's unable to pull up immediately alongside Rickert going into turn 1, but Kraut is able to go around the outside of Entz. Can he make it stick? Entz trying to hold him off. We're watching on board from Crooks' vehicle right now. Down towards the kink they come. Kraut still trying to get up on the inside of Entz. Side by side they go through the kink. Entz, oh my goodness, he's off the racing circuit. And he ends up losing 3rd place, 2nd and 3rd. He's now riding in 4th place as Crooks moves through the field. Top 4 vehicles running nose to tail to nose to tail to nose to tail. Infield section of the circuit right now down into turn 4, approaching turn 5. Riding with Crooks in 3rd place, trying to hustle Kraut along. Kraut equally trying to hustle Rickert along. Down the back stretch they come, looking to complete lap number 1 here of round 7 in the Slingshot Racing Cup. Always producing some good, close racing action last turn. Again, Crooks a little bit of oversteer on the entry to the corner. Kraut trying to get a good run on Rickert. Down the front straight they come. Here comes Kraut, 2nd place, trying to get that run on Rickert, moving towards turn 1. Looking for that inside line. Rickert's a little bit handicapped with the extra weight in his vehicle. He's got a passenger riding in every single race. Side by side, Kraut trying to stick his nose on the inside of Rickert. Rickert trying to hold it off. Very fair racing so far. Now moving on towards the kink back, riding with Crooks. As you can see, Rickert trying to hold on in 1st place. Kraut in 2nd, Crooks in 3rd, followed by Entz riding in 4th place. Back through the infield section of the racing circuit right now. Slingshot Racing Cup features non-pro drivers. It's a 10-race event over 5 days, so 2 races in each event. And they're all vying for one big championship prize, which is that the winner of the championship gets a chance to go to Europe to drive Rickert's Renault 2.0 race car over there. Back riding with Kraut, who's the current second place in the championship right now, but the first one in line to win the prize, as Rickert will not be eligible. Heading back out onto the front straight again. Rickert trying to hold on to the lead. As we mentioned, he's got a passenger in the seat. It's an opportunity to go for a ride with David, basically the ride of a lifetime, to get your butt into the seat of a racing vehicle. Kraut again looks like he's got another good run on Rickert, trying to pull to the inside. Down into turn one they go once again. Kraut trying to make it stick this time, riding on board with Crooks, as you can see, side by side, Kraut and Rickert. Can Kraut make it stick this time through the grass on the apex of the corner? Rickert trying to fight towards the kink and hold on, but it looks like Kraut might have enough of the lead going into the kink, and he does. He pulls off the move. Rickert's forced to settle for second place as they move towards turn 3 and the infield section of the road course. Rickert unable to hang on to that position, and Kraut looks like he's going to try and scamper off into the distance right now. Here's Kurt Entz now riding in 4th place. You can see how tight the front 4 leaders of this race are. Crooks trying to take advantage and eat into Rickert's gap as well, see if he can take another position, as Rickert scrambles to maintain some form of composure throughout the early part of this race. Entz down the back straight now, trying to join the battle here, gets a good run on Crooks, going into the final turn as we head on to the front straight. First, second, third, fourth, all covered by just a few vehicle lengths. Rickert trying to come back on Kraut right now down the front straight if he can repay the favor going into turn 1. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so, as the front 3 can stretch their legs a little bit on Entz at this point in time. No modifications to the Slingshots. Everyone except for Kurt is running a new Slingshot s.a.r, all outfitted with race seats, race belts, and each driver has racing gear, fire retardant race suits, shoes, gloves, and a professional racing helmet to boot. Riding with Crooks here in 3rd place as they head back to the infield section. Trying to make some inroads here and find a way around Rickert, who seems to be struggling. Kraut trying to stretch his legs too and gain a bit of a lead. Take the heat off of Rickert, who's trying to bear down and just scramble back into fight for 1st place. Down the back straight they come. Everybody's pushing very hard, using up as much of the road as they possibly can. Riding with Rickert now into the last turn, looking to get a good run. It's very important to get a good exit of this final turn number 8 here on the circuit, so you can try and get into a bit of a slipstream and jump the person ahead of you, but it looks like Kraut got a very good exit. We head out now to begin the 4th lap of the race. Down into turn 1, Rickert unable to gain anything on Kraut at this point in time. Rickert was the winner of the last 4 races in the Slingshot Cup. You can see here Kraut running a little bit wide, giving Rickert a slight bit of room to move up closer to him. Down through the kink, Kraut using up all the apex, running over the rocks, he's sending dirt flying everywhere. Rickert again hugging the apex, just fighting for every little hundredth and tenth of a second, trying to get back at Kraut. Riding with Entz now, who's starting to claw back some room here, move back up towards the front runners. You can see just how close Crooks is, and Crooks tries to move up into 2nd place on the apex. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th again. We got Kraut, Rickert, Crooks, and Entz all covered by such a short period of space. Into the final turn. Everyone's just fighting to get that good run, the good exit here. It looks again like Rickert might have a chance to get a bit of a good exit. Crooks has an equally good exit behind Rickert. And struggling a little bit to get out onto the front straight. Losing a little bit more time to the first 3 competitors. Down into turn 1 they go. Once again, we're now on lap number 5. Rickert fighting through the apex curbing and the exit curbing. He's sending dirt everywhere all over Crooks' vehicle, using every single inch of the road and some of the dirt, whatever's available. Trying to hustle Kraut along, causing him to make a mistake if possible, but so far Kraut driving exceptionally well and keeping his composure. Crooks lost a little bit of space there, back riding with Rickert now. Into turn number 5, in the back corner of the racing circuit, just fighting to get a little bit closer. Kraut running a little bit wide there, as is Crooks. Look at this, Entz has got a run on him. Back in business is Entz. He's trying to cut the inside line for the final turn, but Crooks is going to be just a little bit too far ahead. But what a clawback by Entz. He was able to capitalize on that mistake by Crooks in turn number 5 and really get some space back. now heading out onto the final straight again to begin lap number 6. Down towards turn 1 and still struggling a little bit to get out onto the front straight, but was really able to claw back a lot of time. Riding now with Kraut, our race leader, trying to keep his composure. One of the hardest things to do is leading a race, to be able to pull away from the guys behind you without worrying what they're doing and just to focus on yourself and make yourself go as fast as you can. Entering turn number 3, the line looks very good there by Kraut, showing a lot of composure here in the lead. Like a seasoned veteran, Kraut as well is in his first year of racing in the Slingshot Racing Cup. Back riding with Rickard, who's trying to apply the pressure. A lot of experience, Rickard, the last 15 years working on building his career as a professional race car driver. Last year had the opportunity of going to race at the Monaco Grand Prix weekend. Down into the final turn again. Here's Rickard, again trying to get another good run on Kraut. We're heading out to start the final lap of the race now. White flag is out. But Rickard's not going to be close enough to try it. Try to get into something, or is he pulling up on the left-hand side? Rickard's trying to take it under braking. Trying to stick his vehicle in there. Kraut giving him a little bit of room. They're side by side now. Exit of turn 1, heading towards the kink. Wheel-to-wheel racing. Kraut's trying to hang on. He's got the inside line for the kink. Can Rickard hold it on the outside? He's not able to, but can he live to fight another day? The last lap of the race, just a few more turns left. Kraut very gentlemanly with his racing here. Awesome to see such fair play amongst the drivers. Rickard side by side again through the infield, through turn 4. He dives ahead on the outside, coming around to turn 5, but Kraut's able to get the inside line and a better run. Here we are, turn 5. On the exit of turn 5, can Rickard pull anything off? Kraut's running a little bit wide. Rickard's got a good run. Can he have enough to slingshot past? Moving up, oh, he missed the gear, and he knows it too. Disappointment for Rickard. Oh my goodness, there's action throughout the field. Here comes Ends trying to get the inside line on Crooks, but he's unable to do it. Crooks just holding off. Final turn, here comes Rickard down the front straight. Can he get enough to get by Kraut? There's the cheese pushing, checkered flag. Kraut, winner of round 7 of the Slingshot Racing Cup, and Crooks is able to hold off Ents right at the line. Unbelievably close racing again in the Slingshot Racing Cup. Kraut, your winner by just 1/10 of a second, 18 hundredths between first and second place. Kraut, Rickard, Crooks, Ents. In 5th was Paul Thiessen, 6th Darren Miller, 7th Randy Wogemuth, and rounding out the field in 8th was Kim Friesen.